Last week, I challenged a fellow chess YouTuber for a best of 3 and he accepted with no hesitation. His name is ft.Willtaylorchess, rated just above 2100 on lichess, and he's been on the grind lately, releasing tons of great chess content we like to see. Today, I'll be analyzing the second game we played. The first game, if any of you missed it, was posted on his channel. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the game. So Will started game 2 with e4, and here I replied with the opening I've been playing for over a year, the CARO-KANN defense, so c6, and in the standard position, Will, instead of pushing or taking my pawn, he went for f3, which is kind of a sideline. Point being is that if I take here, he takes back and has this massive center. So I didn't go for this, I just went for the more solid option, which is e6. But this is why I kind of hate playing against f3. It's because it kind of forces me to block my bishop in early on, and it won't be able to get into the game until later, as you will see. So here Will takes advantage of this and he plays e5, and I immediately challenge his center with c5. And here he solidifies and we start developing our pieces as quickly as possible. And here I figured that if I take his pawn, which I did, and he accepts the trades, well, I'll be up a pawn. And he can't go there, of course, because I just take. But Will, of course, he calculated this, and he just took my knight with his bishop, kind of ruining my pawn structure at the same time. And here with this semi-open e-file, I figured that I had to find a way to develop my pieces as fast as possible, or else I'd be in trouble very soon. So I developed my bishop with check, and here I was very happy to trade pieces and quickly castle. Here Will developed his knight, and I developed my bishop to e6, kind of solidifying my pawn structure here, and Will castled as he should. And here we both developed our rooks to the open c-file, and here I played the very interesting h6. And the goal behind that move is that I really didn't want to allow this knight jump here to harass my bishop, which is kind of the only piece that's keeping my position together. So I played h6, and here Will went a3, which is a move I didn't quite understand because I wasn't really planning on going knight b4. I was more thinking of knight a5, which I played, threatening this fork on the rook and queen. But of course Will saw this and retreated his queen as he should. And here both players kind of started shuffling their pieces, trying to put the pressure on one another's position. And in a few moves we both got these clean outposts for our knights in the center of the boards. And here Will went for a rather dubious sacrifice against dubious chess himself, and he went for rook takes c4. And he probably thought here that after pawn takes and knight d2 attacking this pawn, he'd get enough counterplay with this strong knight in the center of the board. But he probably missed what was coming up next, because I played c3 here, and that's when the problems kind of started for him. So he retreated his knight, I moved my queen out of the way, preparing b6 to remove his knight. He grabbed my pawn and I proceeded with my plan, and I pushed b6. And here what he should have done is just trade pieces, but instead he went knight e4, which is his first big blunder of the game. Can you spot the winning move for black in this position? Pause the video, take your time and try to solve the problem. And here the correct move is bishop c4, pinning his queen to his rook, and here Will tried attacking my queen, but I couldn't care less. I grabbed his queen, he did the same, but here I trade rook for bishop, which is a winning trade. And after here I grab his pawn. I'm up 2 rooks for 2 knights, which is a 4 points material advantage. Here he tried to create some play with his knight, because as we know, knights can be really tricky in the endgame, especially when both players are low on time. So in this position I played f6, trying to undermine this pawn and grab this knight for free. He played knight here. I grabbed his pawn, forcing him to capture back, which he does. And here I played rook c1, and in this position Willtaylorchess resigns the game, because he realizes that when he moves his king out of the way, I'll play rook c2, forking the king and the knight and winning even more material. So this sums up game 2, guys. It was a very positionally sharp game that was decided by one single mistake, and the score is now 1-1, and the winner will have to be decided by a tiebreaker match. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did and want to be notified when the third game will be out, make sure to subscribe to both channels. It will really mean the world to us. So, who you got for game 3? Tell me in the comments who you think will get the W, and peace out for now.